Hi. I'm very excited. I'm actually coming all the way from Colombia, South America for this. So I'm very excited. I knew I was going to get called. I deserve it. So
we didn't mean to put deserving as an outside the vortex concept. You do deserve it. And when you know you deserve it, you're in the vortex. And when you know it, the universe cannot defy you. Interesting, isn't it?
It is. Well, I have a lot of questions. A lot of them. I'm going to start with what I think is the most important. I've heard you for about 2 years, and my life has improved a lot since I started hearing it. I heard it because of my mom. She's here with me. But there's some stuff that I still don't understand, even though I've heard it and I try to answer it myself. It's mainly about purpose against, in my opinion, against what you actually can create. Because I've heard that you create your own reality, but then I also hear stuff about purpose and how you have a purpose before you come into your life.
You do, and it's to create your own reality.
Okay.
That's your purpose. Your purpose is to create your own reality. Your purpose is to joyously experience the expansion that this time-space reality carves out. If you really want to understand purpose in the way that you felt it coming in, it's the difference between the way you feel when you're going on vacation and the way you feel when you're going to work.
Okay.
In other words, we would like it if they felt the same to you, but in most cases they do not. Most humans outside the vortex would describe purpose as something that I should do for some cause or for some improvement. And while they would feel that going on vacation is just to selfishly satisfy their own interests. And we want you to understand that from the non-physical perspective, you must not separate those two. In other words, you don't come forth and become an author or a painter or a sculptor because your planet needs another painting or another book or another sculpture. It doesn't. You come for the joy and the thrill of the process of the evolvement of the painting and the book and the sculpture. You come for the joy of the expansion, you see. The word purpose is really tricky because expansion is inevitable, and purpose makes it sound like if you don't do specific things, expansion won't happen. And that's not true. Expansion will happen. Exposure to life causes expansion whether you are purposeful about it or not. In other words, we call that creating by default. Contrast causes you to launch rockets, and the source part of you rides those rockets, and new generations that are born into this time-space reality continue to ride that rocket, and they receive the benefit of the contrast that you've lived. In other words, the expansion is inevitable. So we don't want to say you came for the purpose of expansion because, duh. Esther likes that word. The expansion is inevitable. So let's not call it purpose. You know what your purpose is? Joy. Your purpose is for alignment. Your purpose is for the joy. The purpose of your life is joy. It's joy. Everything else is a given. That's what you're reaching for, you see. And that's why source remains source. In other words, source has the ability to see all that is. But when you're sick, source doesn't look at your sickness. Source looks at the wellness that you carved out of the sickness and holds such joyous anticipation in your manifestation of it that there is never any deviation in the vibration of it, which is what causes the signal to be strong enough that you can catch wind of it if you are joyously oriented.